But first, how do you think it would feel to be young and very rich? Would you be living it up, or would you just be worried about making more and more money? Well, let's find out from someone who is both young and rich. Ruslan Kogan came in at 34 on the Business Review Weekly Young Rich list, which lists the 100 richest Australians under 40. Ruslan's 28 and worth $62 million. He was the richest person on the list under the age of 30. Ruslan Kogan runs Kogan, which is a brand of electronic online retailing that started in 2007. Ruslan is joining us right now. Ruslan, thanks for joining us on Hack.
Thanks, Tom. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you, though? That's the big question. What does it feel like to be on the Young Rich list?
Oh, well, look, it's most of these people, they're all very hard-working entrepreneurs, and the rich list isn't about what the money you have can buy you. It's more about, what you've achieved. So the money's a measure of, well, this is how good your businesses are performing and this is the difference you've made to the world. So that's how I look at it as well.
More of a trophy of achievement.
It is, certainly.
Now, you first started a business when you were 7, collecting and reselling stray golf balls. Did you ever imagine yourself in this position where you would be 28 and on the Young Rich list?
Well, no, certainly not. It's been an incredible journey over the last few years, but I've always been someone that, even for instance, from the age of 12, I was fully financially self-sufficient, and even at the age
12?
when I was... so even when I was collecting the golf balls and selling them, it'd earn me 10 or 20 bucks a week, but at that age I was pimp of the milk bar.
The story of how you started Kogan and you did your first transaction was quite interesting. You've written that you actually got in a tricky place because you ordered these products from China based on the orders that people had ordered through you on eBay, and then eBay basically cancelled you as a supplier and you were 150 grand out of pocket. What did you do?
Well, yeah, at that point it was, I was relying on those sales, and eBay said, we see your account as a security threat, so they shut it down. And I was in a pretty tough and sticky position, so I actually ended up getting lots and lots of credit cards, taking a full cash advance on all of them, getting a lot of friends together doing the same as well, because...
How much time did you have?
Oh, it all had to be done within a matter of days. It's one thing that entrepreneurs do is they risk absolutely everything. They're willing to take massive risks for a potential gain and then work as hard as it takes to make things happen.
I'm making moves, kid.
Did you come from a family that had money, or did you have some kind of pile of money to get started with?
Yeah, no. I was raised in the Elstonwood Commission flat, so my parents came here in 1989 with $90 in their pocket, so neither of my parents had ever run a business. All my education was public schooling. I started with zero.
And what sort of lifestyle do you lead now? Because I imagine people listening who hear that you're on the Young Rich list, you're worth $62 million, would have a certain image of what your life is like now. Is it luxurious?
Well, look, a few things have changed, but essentially most of it hasn't. I still have the exact same friends that I did 10 years ago. All the stuff that I did when, didn't have money. And like I said, friends haven't changed, and what we do hasn't changed. We'd still go on a massive night out and then head into McDonald's at 4 a.m. So
is it a massive a night out, though, now that you have more money to spend on whatever you want?
Occasionally, yes, and every now and then it's in a more exotic place like Las Vegas. Or,
okay, slightly different to maybe hanging out in the suburbs of Melbourne.
That's it.
Some young people who wonder what it must be like to have this amount of money might think that they might take it easy and chill out a bit, maybe even retire early. Is that something you've considered doing?
Yeah, not for a moment. If you look at any really successful businessman around the world, someone like Bill Gates even, for instance, he's donated the majority of what he's earned to charity and to Africa and to help the third world. It's more about the achievement, the money representing what have you done. Bill Gates had a lot of money because he changed the way we use computers. He made our world a lot more efficient.
So what do you want to achieve? What is the ultimate achievement you could make that would maybe allow you to relax and stop working so hard?
Oh, I love working. I love doing what I'm doing. I jump out of bed in the morning. I sometimes even jump out of bed in the middle of the night. We've got a full operation in the UK at the moment. The moment I'm not happy doing what I'm doing, that's when I quit.
There's a few other online retailers in the rich list as well, But up the top of the list is Nathan Tinkler, a mining magnate. Do you think you ever might knock him off at the top?
You know, look, he's got a few incredible achievements under his belt as well. The rate at which we're growing and the rate at which, Kogan is expanding, anything could happen. It's not about advancing on the young rich list. It's about making technology more affordable for Australians and people all over the world. And the more people we can give access to the internet to, that's what's going to create world peace. That's what's going to create a more knowledgeable world. So
Peace through technology.
Exactly, and as you can even see in the Middle East at the moment, it's technology that's causing all of these dictators to fall over. There's nothing more powerful in the world than knowledge.
Ruslan, even though you said it's not about being on the young rich list, congratulations for being on it, and thanks for talking to us on Hack today.
Great, thanks Tom.
I'm making moves, kid.
Ruslan Kogan there, and he is the richest person under 30 in Australia, and one person has texted in, and I can understand, is this guy single is the question.